not had the privilege to mentor and tutor and coach a better leader. He has so much to offer in this area. And each year it's a tradition that our student council president does the speech. He's addressing the grads. And so we get to hear from Josiah. And actually right after that, we will have our farewell video, which includes many reflections and memories from our teachers, as well as a photo montage. So enjoy Mr. Josiah Thulin.
Good evening, class. Tonight, we graduate from 8th grade, from the class we've known for the last year, and from the school that, for some of us, has been our school since preschool. For those of us who have been here since the beginning of our school careers, we've been through a lot together. There were field trips to the pumpkin patch in kindergarten, having to memorize and recite Luke 2 at Christmas, timed multiplication tables in 3rd grade, end of the year class trips to the Otto's house, and so much more. There might also be a few things we prefer to be forgotten, like maybe a few slightly embarrassing hairstyles or less than fashionable clothing choices. Years gone by were full of memorable firsts, but this year was a pretty memorable year as well, full of lasts and important milestones. We had our last Cornerstone retreat, our last middle school Christmas party, our 8th grade Valentine's Day party, the DC trip, the progressive dinner, and just 3 days ago, our last day of middle school. Tonight, we move on to the next stage of life. We move on from middle school and head to our high school careers. We move on to different schools, separating from classmates and great friends. Some of us have known Cornerstone since kindergarten. Others have only been here a few years. But no matter how long or short our time at Cornerstone was, be assured that it has prepared us for a successful future. Cornerstone has taught us a lot over the years. We've learned teamwork through things like retreat and class projects, respect through watching the example of our teachers, fiscal responsibility with Mad City. We've also learned to think about and formulate our own opinions about issues and events from class discussions. Those are just a few things that Cornerstone has done to prepare us as 8th graders for high school and beyond. Cornerstone has helped us build up our character as well. We can go to school and learn how to write essays and solve equations, but even more important in life is good moral character. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once wrote, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education." I think that this captures, in essence, what Cornerstone aims to do in all of us, preparing us for the future. One of the dictionary definitions of character is strength and originality in a person's nature. The older we get, the more we continue to discover our God-given gifts and add them to our personal identities. Some of us are class clowns, some of us athletes, some math and science nerds, or gamers, or maybe artists, or social butterflies. As important as these attributes might be in our lives, it's important to remember that they are not what defines us or gives us worth. Our identities are rooted in Christ, and we are His valued because He loves us and created us in His image. It's this truth that we need to keep with us as we go out into our various high schools and into the world. In high school and in life, we will face adversity from those who don't like us because of our faith. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, and do not panic before them. The Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you." We need to remember this truth as we go out into the world as followers of Christ. In 20 years, all of us 8th graders might look back and laugh at our crazy middle school years. But we can also remember that Cornerstone was preparing us for what lies ahead. So let's go out and be the ones who change the world and carry the light of Christ into a world that desperately needs Him.